Does this box hold the answer to better scores in 2024, or have they just come up with slightly better packaging? Well, I wasn't expecting that much difference. I'm so happy with that, it's outrageous. I said this before and I will say it again. When it comes to the driver, now as some of you may know, I'm sponsored by Vice and it's a great partnership as our mission statements are very much aligned. More affordable products without compromising quality. However, for someone that's been playing the game for 14 years and teaching the game for 10, if I can't tell the difference between certain golf balls, how many others will? That being said, I'm always a sucker for these. If you ever see this on a golf course around the Newbury area, it's definitely mine. The best bit about this video is that even if you don't care what golf ball you're using, and for a lot of you beginners, I'd probably recommend that thought process. However, with the simple information that I'm going to share, hopefully it'll open your eyes up to what really affects distance and control, and I'm not really just talking about golf balls. Now, this couldn't be more simple, as Vice themselves has shared a graphic of what all their new balls are going to do. And with robot testing, there's no doubt in my mind that all these balls perform exactly how the graphics are showing. But what about a human? One that's got errors, compromises in their swing, that's going to give a load of other variabilities that might make it harder to tell the difference between these golf balls. We have a new ball, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I presume the Pro Soft was, and now it's become the Pro Air. I used that ball solely last year. And then the affordable three-piece option down here on the right. Point being, I've chosen 3 balls that should perform completely different through these tests. But how much different, especially as this is $40 a dozen. Obviously, these are all cheaper if you bulk buy. But the ball that I loved and used all last year, will I honestly be able to tell the difference between the one that should go further, should go longer? And then lastly, the more affordable option, the Vice Tour. How much worse in certain categories will it actually be? So the first category and the last one will be all about distance and ball speed. Will I be able to produce more ball speed because this graphic says I should, Pro Plus compared to the other two? In the middle, we're going to test spin. But to start off with, one of the most ambiguous categories, feel. And the reason I say ambiguous is because what ball feels good for me might not feel good for you. Well, I wasn't expecting that much difference. I know this is the warm-up stage / feel stage. However, I've got to show you this after I've hit the tool. Apologies, forgot to record the Vice Tour shots. Now we'll come to that very alarming spread pattern in a minute. But when it comes to feel, I couldn't tell these apart. And to be honest, from the graphic, I shouldn't be able to tell these apart. This felt different, but I wouldn't say bad. And there's so many variables that go into it. When I flushed this one, it felt amazing. When I didn't flush these ones, they didn't feel amazing. But like I've said before, the cheaper the ball, the softer it should feel because of compression. So if you like a soft feeling golf ball, you started the game, go more affordable. So let's move on into number 2. And this is the first thing that should enlighten you when it comes to distance in our game. And I take us back to the graph as there's correlations. The less spin, the more distance it seems through across the board. But then the less spin, the less control. Now, even though I've been working on my swing, and hopefully it showed that through those swings there, I am human. And obviously the first 5 shots I hit with the Pro Plus, of course my club head speed is going to be slower. And once warmed up, I mean, it pretty much leveled out. However, here's the interesting thing. Apart from the ball speed being higher, because of course I swung it faster than the Pro Plus, the Pro Air and the Vice Tour were exactly the same, yet I got more ball speed from the Pro Air. However, that being said, if I had a choice at this stage to use the Pro Air or the affordable Vice Tour on a round of golf, I'm choosing the Tour. Why? Because the Vice Tour gave me more spin. Even with the Pro Plus, I swung this slower, it produced way more backspin than the other two. In theory, the faster you swing a golf club, the more spin you're likely to produce. Hence why some of you guys that swing so fast with the driver but only get 240 is because you impart too much backspin on the ball. Again, as you can see here, the Vice Tour and obviously the Pro Plus for me, very consistent in terms of front to back dispersion. Obviously, I'm still working on this. But from the same yardage, 180 out, which is what I'd expect from my 7-iron, 4 of them were out the back. I imagine I probably thinned that one. So far, so good in terms of the graph, mid-iron shots. That all makes sense. I'm so happy with that, it's outrageous. That has taken me a long time to get used to. However, after we hit the Vice Tour, let me explain why compromises, variabilities, the more you have of them, the less important a ball really is. I mean, I'm just proving myself right at this point. There we go, ladies and gents. And here's the first big problem of human testing. That was the Pro Plus at the start. I hit 5 shots with that. Spun just less than the Pro Air because I was warming up. I was hitting 60-yard shots. Now I was getting my eye in, learning the yardage, what club head speed, angle attack. Therefore, no wonder the Vice Tour did well. But then when I revisited the Pro Plus, slightly more club head speed, just like the Vice Tour, I got tons of backspin from this distance next to the flag. The point is I can distinguish quite easily between irons and drivers because that's what I practice a lot of. When it comes to wedges, I'm almost just as good with a Vice Tour, oh my God, case in point, than I am with a Pro Plus or Pro Air because these do spin more. The difference is with these urethane covers, which is basically what you're paying quite a lot of money for, is that when your technique is sound, is good, you are going to get that next level control and spin, which the more affordable balls just won't give you. Okay, stage 3. Which one on average goes furthest, or do they all go the same? As I have done this test before, but that Pro Air spins a lot less with my irons than the Pro Soft did. I said this before and I will say it again. When it comes to the driver, balls make the slightest bit of difference. And that's because there's so many variables that go into it. My new swing is to get rid of this, reduce rotation through impact. I want to play more of a fade. And let's be honest, I pretty much failed. However, the ones that spun less through this range of balls, whether it is the more affordable or more premium one, it's probably because I hit high toe. And the ones that spun more is because I hit down here. Not to mention my swing path, my angle of attack was changing each swing. Therefore, that's affecting spin rate, distance, smash factor. And yes, the Vice Tour on average had more ball speed than the Pro Plus. Well, it's because on average I swung it a lot slower than the Vice Tour, probably due to frustration. For a guy that swings fast and obviously lacks spin because I don't hit down on anything, of course this ball's going to suit me. I don't need distance, I need somewhat control and spin, and hopefully after my short game does sort itself out, I'll be able to use the cover on this. If I had to play this afternoon, however, I'm choosing this because again I need the help with the spin. I don't need less spin, it's just going to airmail greens. However, for my more experienced players that do spin the ball too high, come across it quite steep, hit down on it, but have a very tidy short game and rarely loses any golf balls, well, they need some extra distance and they're going to have that control around the green. And I'm pleasantly surprised because it actually says what it does on the tin. Guys, if you've got any questions on your golf game or your golf bag, sasgolfacademy.com, and I'll catch you guys later.